This is the Dope Black Dad podcast. I'm Marvin Harrison. I am here today with someone say their name. so just for context, okay? Just for context, because if you can't see this, I think you guys can see it. But Karina, who I've known for a very long time, is middle of a gulp of a Magnum. So I don't think she was ready.
I wasn't ready.
You weren't ready.
I wasn't ready. I was drinking the Magnum. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
What's in a Magnum, by the way?
I just don't know. It's just a thing. Jamaicans drink. It says tonic wine, but I mean, I don't actually know what's in it. But I love a Maggie, so I call it Maggie for short. I love a Maggie, me. It's the Jamaican.
You're holding it very phanically. Is there any connection to?
No.
None at all.
Nope, none at all.
It's just literally just juice.
I
There's so much stuttering.
I don't know what's
There's so much stuttering.
But for the Jamaicans, Caribbeans listening,
yeah,
you'll all know it. If you're Jamaican, you love a Magnum, aka Maggie.
See, I'm feeling less Jamaican now because when you said Magnum earlier, I thought you meant like a chocolate.
Vanessa!
I'm not joking.
Next time I'm bringing Magnums for everyone.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to bring a Maggie for everyone. Do you want to taste it?
No, thank you.
Are you sure?
16.5%. What kind of wine is that?
That's nothing. I mean, Ray and Nephew's what? 80?
Is it really alcohol?
It's not alcohol. Do you want to taste it?
No, I thought it was a thing to get erection. That's what I thought it was.
No, because it says on there, the name tonic wine does not imply health, giving, or medicine.
It's not medicinal. Oh, let me things from it. Okay, cool. No, I don't need it. I'm alright.
Their whole advertising campaign was that, it would make you more, impaired.
What's that word?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Virus? Oh, I don't know what it is either.
But anyway, guys, I'm Karina.
What an introduction. And then...
I'm Vanessa, hi.
Amazing. Should we share Twitter handles? Because I never do that. I'm Digital Marvin.
I am Riri29XX.
You have to think about that, isn't it?
I did have to think about it.
Should we make you Karina White something?
No, Riri29XX.
Cool, man.
That's how long have you had that one? Is it like since like Riri days?
So Riri is like.
Why are you trying to be serious with your name when it's got Riri XX in it?
So Riri is like, Marvin, where does Riri come from? It's like my nickname.
Yeah,
like Reens, Riri. 29 is the
age you were when
No, it's not. Actually, 29 is the date I was born, 29th of March. And XX, I don't know where the XX came from. But just being
Magnum.
No, but it's not triple X, so it's okay.
Oh, okay,
it's
cool.
Just two X's. Yeah.
Like his kiss.
And
yeah.
Is it RI?
Yeah, RIRI 29 XX.
Okay.
Not triple X.
Cool, man. It's like a black chat address, isn't it?
I know, right? I should make it more like official, shouldn't I? Like more like
the kind of woman you really
professional.
are. Yeah. I don't know that version of Karina anymore. I only know the professional one that's on Twitter. Snatching people.
I mean, that's what you have to be professional and still throw shade in a professional way. I can't be typical South London. I've had to rein it in a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit?
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
It's hard.
What's your socials?
So mine's We Are Queen, but the Queen's got a V, so it's QVEE.
I like the play on letters. Yeah, Queen.
Everyone used to call me Queen V, so that's kind of where it came from.
Ah, that's even better branding. It's even better than I imagined. Okay, cool.
Love that.
So I have a big question today. So if anyone doesn't know that we have a WhatsApp group, in our WhatsApp group we have 150 dads from all around the world. And of those wonderful dads.
That is amazing.
It's a lot of dads. And we actually
Are there any
have to stop
single
to
dads?
Not very many, to be honest. My wife doesn't understand that we're recording. she's just rigging.
You're trying to block my blessings. I was trying to find out if there's any single dads in this WhatsApp group.
So the problem is that there aren't really any.
It's a shame.
And the ones that are, I'm not sure if I would send them to you because I don't know if they would ever make it back.
Wow.
It would be just like.
We're scared for them.
It would be like David leaves the group. It would be like, oh shit. So I'm gonna preserve them and preserve you, and I vow to never introduce two people I know together anymore.
not nice, Marvin.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we did that. I did that.
You didn't
around,
do it for me.
I did that around Sunday. I
You
tried.
did it for me.
I did it around Sunday. Oh shit. I did. No, I know.
I don't know if this is a good idea bringing you on the podcast.
and now I'm a little bit worried because I'm trying to think how much do you know and what era was this. I'm doing a slight highlight reel as we go along, so hopefully you've forgotten many parts of it. In our group of 150 dads, some are single, but none for Karina.
If
we
Marvin's trying to block my blessings, guys, if anyone is single in the Dope Black Dads WhatsApp group, just slide in my DMs.
Why has your voice evolved?
Because I have to sound like wifey material, you know? So just slide on in the DMs, guys. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Continue.
I'm nervous. Okay, so in our WhatsApp group, 150 dads, and quite often, one of the first rules that we developed, and this is something that me and Darwood are quite believe strongly in, is that we don't tell women how to behave or what to do in any way, shape or form. So we try to stay very clear on it. But sometimes in the group, things come up which make us feel slightly concerned for the welfare of our sisters, our mothers, our wives and our daughters. And we would like to say something, but then we were like, maybe we should just stick to our original thoughts. We will say nothing. But I'll give you an example. I'll play kind. So we have Slumfowl. Everyone's breathing quite deeply. Slumfowl, who I think I met before, quite early on. I think Koji Radical introduced me to her. I might be making a leap. So he introduced me to her. Very nice lady, and she's evolved since then. She's gone on a saggy boobs campaign.
Sorry.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I'm trying to deliver serious broadcasting monologue.
It's because there's just no boobs really matter that much, let alone saggy ones. You know what I mean? Saggy, perky, like flat, huge. They're just boobs.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know any guy that's come across boobs and then been concerned of the genetic makeup of them. I think he's always grateful for what they look like.
Yeah, exactly. Just for seeing a pair, let alone touching a pair.
Yeah.
Like.
I'm always surprised that people let us anywhere near them. So I'm always grateful, and I'm grateful eternally for you guys allowing men to access your boobs. So if they're saggy, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
But that she developed that campaign and then has since grown on. Some of the things that she had said,
Wild.
specifically about men, were a little bit wild.
And she contradicts herself.
Contradicts herself. I'm quite aggressive at men. So I thought at that point where you're targeting men specifically and you're saying things that could impact men, we sat there and was like, do we have something to say now? And we still concluded no.
Yeah.
Because internally women may or may not figure that out, that's be the wrong thing, and they will outnumber her voice and correct her.
Yeah.
I think that happened.
I hope so. Because it isn't okay.
Um,
but it's a sign of damage, and the people will eventually, hopefully, work their way through that. And not everyone does that at the same speed as others.
yes.
My thing is with her specifically is that social media and us as a culture, Black Twitter, have given her a platform to be able to air her contradictive views.
Yes.
We do that a lot as,
Right.
as a platform.
And so now it's become very apparent that she has these contradictive, wild, out there, shock value views. We now want to be up in arms about it, but we're the ones who, not me specifically, but I didn't, but the culture as a whole has given her this platform, and we've put her in that position to be able to air her views, and you know, and my concern is that she's been picked up by predominantly quite right-wing broadcasters, and then being given a platform to speak these views on those platforms, fueling stereotypes of the culture and Black people, and you know, that's my issue with her.
So frustrating.
Yeah, I don't necessarily listen or see specifics of what she talks about or whatnot. I just see when people retweet it or they're talking about it or there's a conversation going on about it. I'm not going to follow her. I'm not going to listen or take in her content. Because like I said, I'm trying to rebrand myself. I'm trying to be a professional. I'm not trying to be
dragging sunflowers out of the road.
And if I do follow her and take in her content, I'm gonna be like, what's good?
It's gonna influence the things that you see, and I'm the same. I never see it unless it's been tweeted onto my timeline and stuff. And I remember at a point last year, there was so much negativity going on with, Black Twitter, just as a whole. I just wanted to see one week go by where we had something positive trend. And
no one died or
so much negativity, or it's just really pathetic. Sort of, it's funny, it's like funny things happen, but it's like, come on, can we get something positive to happen? And then someone did this thing where you're like, okay, let's try and spend like £150 a month, and then get down to £100 a month, like on our like spending, and then the rest of it we'll start saving. Like, that's a really positive thing. I want to see something like that trend, like
Black Twitter is absolutely amazing, honestly.
What actually is Black Twitter? I don't think I'm in it.
Marvin.
What?
Really?
I don't think I'm in Black Twitter. Am I in Black Twitter?
Okay, so I had to explain this. I can't believe I'm having to explain this to you, honestly.
Anything that becomes a meme has come from Black Twitter.
So Black Twitter is a collective of, you don't necessarily have to be black, but it is a collective of all the people that are that contribute to the culture. Yeah. When I say the culture, I hate the word urban, but I'm going to say urban culture. So anything to do with
black culture.
Hip hop, R&B, UK music, Jamaican Caribbean lifestyle, or anything that feeds into that. That's Black Twitter. So it's not something you're a part of unless you follow people that are a part of the conversation. Right, okay, cool. If that makes sense.
So I do follow.
Yeah, because Okay, cool. So it's not an actual, oh my god, we're part of Black Twitter. It's basically the people that you follow and interact with, and then the people that they follow and interact with, and then you all come to. It's giving to me the reason why I feel. I know we're going off topic, but personally, I feel Black Twitter is so important to our society now because it's given us a voice where we wouldn't necessarily have one. Yeah. So, for example, when you watch Newsnight or Question Time on serious political issues like that, how often do you see commentators or people on the panel or things like that are people of colour that are from, that have had the same experiences that we've had or, same background as us? It's very rare that you see that. So now what's happened is when people want to discuss serious issues like knife crime, Brexit, anything that may be current in the news, people use Twitter as a platform to have their voice heard, and they interact with other people within their network, and everybody's kind of having their voice heard and giving their opinions on something. For example, look with the H&M thing when they had the jumper of the little boy and he was like best monkey in the jungle or something like that. Oh my god, Black Twitter erupted on that, which forced H&M to apologise and have employ like a head of diversity or something like that. That would have never happened if it wasn't for Black Twitter and things like that. So I feel like in many, many areas there's a revolution that's happening at the moment, or a shift that's happening, and a lot of it is down to social media and the collectiveness of people giving their voice to issues that are going on in society that would never really have had their voice heard otherwise if it wasn't for Black Twitter and it wasn't for Twitter and stuff like that. So I personally think Black Twitter and Twitter as a whole is really, really important in kind of like the social justice era and having your voice heard.
But does it then do more bad? Is it the yin and yang of it?
I think there's a balance. I think it does good and it does bad as well. Yeah. Like I've seen things where you're like, oh my god.
£30 whack your bomb?
Yeah.
What was that? What?
Wait.
£7, I'm gonna burst. Wait. There's
no, I didn't hear that one.
There's loads.
There's good parts to Black Twitter. There's bad parts. But I'm telling you from now.
No, go unpack that.
You want to hear about the £30 whack your bum?
You didn't hear.
What is that?
I'm gonna let Vanessa explain that one and drink my Magnum.
It's just some girl was explaining on a video. I don't remember her name, but she just explained how much you need to spend to let someone whack your bum, and it needed to be a minimum of £30 in her opinion before you could whack bum. So like, I mean, you know, people's like screen names change a lot because of something that's gone on.
Yeah.
So at the minute mine's Ride Till I Can't No More because of, you know, the whole Lil Nas X thing and Ray Cyrus. So it's like topical. That was like one of the most topical ones last year. I'm surprised you missed that.
So is this adult sex work we're talking about? What am I missing? Or is this just culture? Is this just like...
Do you know what it is? I do believe that's the more younger generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are wild.
They are wild.
Right.
They're under 25.
However,
oh my god,
they're wild, but what I love is they're just free with it. They're free with their views, their opinions, how they are, their sexuality, their promiscuity.
Yeah.
Like they're just free with it. They don't care.
Plus they hide. If something's, you know, something needs protecting, they'll all come together.
Yeah.
Like with Kim Kardashian and what's her name?
Oh, Jordan Woods.
Yeah, Jordan Woods.
Yeah.
Black Twitter came together for Jordan Woods.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like how do you access Black Twitter then? How do
You have to follow the right people.
Right.
Marv.
I need to get back in the game.
You're really sounding like a non-person
No.
of colour, senior executive right now.
How do I access Black Twitter?
Yeah, can you not?
It's not like on the
as I was saying it,
as
as I was saying it, I was like, this sounds like one of those people, but I'm genuinely fascinated.
How do I access Black Twitter?
Is there an email that I...
Is there an application form that I need to fill in?
Definitely
access? Because like we need to market to these people. So do I? How do I access
Karina, you're kidding me. I need to follow more people. Do you know why? Because I came off Twitter for about 2.5 years.
No, you have to come back on.
And I just
the
couldn't...
amount of joke. I say this to my manager every day. Twitter should not be free. I would pay a monthly subscription. I swear, I would pay a monthly subscription for Twitter. That is how much entertainment I get from Twitter.
Anytime something happens, I want to go to Twitter to find out what Twitter's what Twitter specifically is saying about it.
And the thing is, they'll just make memes out of the funniest stuff about, like, even if it's something negative or something sad, I swear, they will make it funny. Have you not seen the video of like the Turkish looking guy like walking into a room and he's and then they've captioned it with different captions. There was one that said like when you walk, like when the Caribbean lady in the Caribbean shop comes to take your order, and like some of them are hilarious, and I'm like, oh my god, yes. Then I read something on BuzzFeed that he's just been sentenced to like 9 years in prison because he lent his flat out to the Paris terrorists.
Oh, is that the guy?
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I shouldn't laugh at this. It's funny.
Yeah. He did arrive looking super purposeful.
Yo! He walked in, and then there was another caption that said, when you arrive to your girlfriend's birthday dinner and all her friends hate you because you've cheated on her like 4 times. Guys, if you haven't seen, I tell you what, Marvin, will you tweet the image so people know what we're talking about?
I might make this the front cover because that's funny.
Honestly, it's the funniest thing ever.
Okay, so it does make sense.
And it shouldn't be funny, but it is funny.
But then I suppose I do come across all of these things. I probably get it quite late.
That was huge.
Do you know what? I didn't even watch Bird Box, but that was hilarious.
I didn't watch it either.
But it was funny.
I didn't want to or need to. I just read the breakdown of what happened in it.
If it wasn't for Black Twitter, Netflix would have never got the amount of ratings that they got on Bird Box. I'm telling you that from now.
Because they just made so many
marketeers need to tap into Black Twitter. I'm telling you.
I mean, they try, don't they? They try so hard. And when they can't do it, all they do is copy it and just place it in different places.
Or they say, so how do we get into Black Twitter? How do we apply?
She still said it for me. You know when someone's just like, who's this guy I'm sitting next to? This is the guy I do.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry.
Okay.
So we went off topic.
No. That actually was kind of a part of it. Because the other question I had is like, is social media a friend or foe? And so obviously we grew up pre-internet as children. So we know what analog life is like. We know what it's like to have 4 channels. But then you can also see what the under 25s, as you mentioned, have become off the back of having too much information.
Oh my god, talking about 4 channels. Remember when Channel 5 first
I
launched?
remember.
And that was a big
Spice
deal.
Girls did it. I remember that. Yes.
And it was like a
The song was
holding
really
thing
good.
for time
Yeah,
until
yeah,
like
yeah.
it actually launched. So
I
we're
remember
showing
that
our
song.
age.
That was a big deal.
The music video with them as well.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yes, Spice Girls did a music video.
Yeah.
See, that's just wild. That was an event. We all paid attention to that.
Yeah.
And so the shared experience of all three of us remembering Channel 5 launching will never happen again because everything just
Well, we could have
happens.
shared it, but just on Black Twitter.
So when you put your application in, when his application gets approved.
I feel like what we also need to publish is 10 people to follow.
Oh my god. So, I've got this.
Okay, go.
Well, maybe not 10.
Give me 5. Then.
Uncle K.
Uncle K.
Yeah, wait, let me get his app because he's got no chill. I'll tell you guys from now, if you're easily offended, do not follow him. He has me dying. Like sometimes I tweet him and I'm like, K, sometimes rest, you know, like you can rest. It's not every day. Like sometimes just rest. Where is his thing? Hold on.
I feel like we need to make a thread or something.
Yeah,
where we
Uncle
have
K.
that
So Uncle, but with a K. So UNKLE
on.
_ K.
Mm.
If you are easily offended, do not follow him. He's got no chill, none whatsoever, none.
Okay.
So
What does his bio say that he does? I'm always slightly intrigued. Are you just a social commentator?
DJ host villain. Villain sums him up.
Is that in the right order?
Yeah, no, I think villain should be number 1.
DJ,
personally.
host, and villain.
Yeah,
It is alphabetical though, so we have
Yeah.
to give him that.
And the other one I would say to follow, just because he definitely has no chill whatsoever, is Io. Wait, has he been deactivated?
I mean,
would-
remember that Black Twitter purge?
Yeah. Oh, he was part of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What
Loads
was
of
that?
people got
Underscore Master Io. So let me tell you why I find him so funny. I'm going to show Marvin, but again, Marvin will tweet this. Someone tweeted this and it said, please someone stop him.
Yeah.
So it's a fat little,
Yeah,
sorry, I shouldn't say fat, like an oversized Asian baby eating. With the caption, someone stop him. Io tweeted his heart will. Do you see what I mean?
Oh my god.
Don't ever follow it.
Do you want to wash it down with some of my Magnum?
We got to drive today.
That is so brutal.
Do you see what I mean?
Okay, cool, understood.
Right. I would have said follow me pre 2018, but I'm rebranding.
2012 was a good year, but it's not the same anymore. It's just not the same anymore.
Ant is a good one to follow. Them Lot's dad. That's his Twitter handle.
Okay.
Them, and he's also, if you're into football, he also is part of a really, really good football podcast called Touchline Fracas.
Okay.
So if you're really, really into football and you want some laughs, then definitely follow Them Lot's dad.
So do you think, like, for these guys, that they are this reckless because all they're ever going to do is this?
No, they're actually hilarious, just in general.
But then, like, because I think the barometer of comedy has gone so far away.
I think that it's, do you know what it is? It's comedic, but also when they're talking about serious topics, they also give serious views as well. And I think, back to your original question of whether social media is a good thing or bad thing, I think it has its good parts and it has its downsides, so it has its ups and its downs. What I love about social media as a whole is when something happens, everybody comes together and will come together in unity, and we'll just make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Or people will come together in mourning, or people will come together in unity for whatever has happened. So I think in that respect, that's when I absolutely love it. Also, you tend to it's nice to have a conversation about something and hear people's different viewpoints outside of your friendship circle. Sometimes I see it and I think, rah, some people are proper dumb, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? And it makes me appreciate my friends like a little bit more because, you know, I'm not just sitting in a bubble.
Yeah.
But also as well, people's shared experiences and people's other experiences, which you may not necessarily know about, people share their experiences on social media and, you know, their thoughts and thinkings and feelings and stuff like that. And it does give you a different viewpoint to how other people think and feel, whether you agree with it or not. You know, you're able to take that in. However, on the flip side, I think sometimes consumption of social media can be detrimental sometimes. And so, for example, when Nipsey Hussle died the other day, I had woken up to go to the gym at like 5 a.m. and before I got up, I scrolled through social media and saw that he died, and I was like, oh my god. And I texted one of my best friends and I was like, oh my god, you know, like Nipsey died, blah 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 blah. And then I made a conscious effort to stay off of social media for the rest of the day, because if I kept on seeing people's tweets and posts and stuff like that about, you know, he's died, how sad it is, that definitely would have affected my day. But I'm at a point where, and I deal with social media quite a lot for my job. So I'm at a point now where I recognise, well, actually, social media does have an effect on my well-being and my mental health. So it's better for me to steer clear of it in things like that, because it will just be so kind of depressing. And, you know, and I think sometimes people don't actually realise how much of an effect social media can have on you as an individual, whether you realise it or not. So I think in that respect, it can be a negative, but like everything, it has positives and negatives. Like, I think it was Wednesday when the video from somebody who runs daily dropped. There was quite a
you post these mini sex tape?
an X-rated sex tape
I didn't
dropped.
see that.
You didn't see it? What showed you?
The thing is, I logged on in the morning, you know, my morning ritual, alarm goes off, lie in bed for a minute, scroll. I kept seeing all these tweets.
Really, like,
and I didn't know what they were talking about. I didn't get the jokes.
Yeah.
I didn't get the jokes. I didn't get the memes.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
get.
not even trending.
I didn't get it.
I can't find it in a trend list.
Yeah, I didn't know.
What is it? And
Yeah.
it's really frustrating.
And then one of my friends rang me, and he was like, first of all, I had to confront him because he missed my birthday. And he was like, oh yeah, we're really close. He was like, oh, I'm really sorry about that, blah, blah, blah. He was like, anyway, do you know Posty? So I was like, I know of Posty. He runs GRM Daily, Grime Daily. He's like, yeah, he's like, I'm going to send you something and then I'm going to call you back. Guys, when I tell you, I had to pull over the car because I have not cried tears like that from laughing in the longest while. And then what made it even funnier is that's my point. Once I watched it, my mind started flashing back on all the tweets that I'd seen, and everything made sense. And then I just started laughing all over again.
See, my thing is, I get caught up in those tweets. The funny tweets, so I want to see more. So
no, this is what happened. I'm like, this is what happened. So I spent the whole day sitting at my desk laughing. So in the end, I had to share it with my manager and everyone else in the office because they were wondering what I was sitting at my desk laughing about. And I'm telling you, Wednesday was the day I said Twitter should not be free. They need to charge a subscription fee because from the moment I saw that video until midnight, I called
This is those days. I can remember some
seen
days
the
like
video?
that. Didn't even know it was a thing. To be honest. I don't know if I want to watch this right now. Like,
you might have to explain.
Feel weird
I don't
about
want to
it.
explain anything because I already sent him a message. It would be disingenuous to send him talk about any other way.
Everyone listening might not know what we're laughing at. So
I think you've got to explain it, Corinne. I don't think I can do it justice. I can't talk about it.
Just listen. Just wait. Say East London. East London.
So that's where that was from. That's where that was from. Oh, okay.
I don't know which is worse. The fact that he said say East London, or the fact that she actually said it.
I just don't understand.
You East Londoners, you're done out here. You're done.
No.
Do you break it down and say barking or say say later? I don't understand. Would you just say East
We're
London?
not fully sure we're claiming Posty though. I ain't gonna lie. He's my
All
brother,
I know is
we're not
South
sure.
Londoners.
No, but have you seen that video of the the woman that was saying that this is how South East boys greet each other? And it's the two gay men. Why did? Ah!
Don't mock my
Sorry,
people.
sorry, that was the best thing.
No, don't mock my
I
people
literally
like
watched that for 20 minutes
She
because I
wasn't
was
even from
dying.
South. She was from East London. It was like a Russian bot, you know, like that. They planted it to discredit
They
South
did.
Londoners.
Exactly
But sorry, I've gone completely off topic.
That was half an hour.
You
on
don't
something that's
remember what we were
point-
talking
no,
about?
I'm completely lost.
Don't ever bring me back on the podcast again.
No, I think I'm so glad this isn't BBC.
I don't conform to rules and regulations, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
The BBC would cut the.
Oh my lord,
the
this will be 8 minute long. Just-
Yeah. Okay, so now, that's so
See,
many
now
things.
everything makes
Because I was
sense.
just like, what is anyone on about? Because it just didn't make any sense whatsoever. Now it does.
All the dope black dads were so sorry. This is just.
I don't know. This may be like an internal podcast though. We're about to play it to the guys
Are you
first.
mad? No. Put it out there in the universe, Mother. Put it out in the universe.
I think I've genuinely like coughed up so much of my internals listening to
fine.
you.
It's
It's
fine.
way too much.
It's fine.
So
What? Sorry, go on.
no, it's too late. It's too late.
No, because those days are like really unproductive days, so I get what you're saying about like social media. It can be really positive.
Honestly.
But some of those days have been the happiest days.
That's
of
my
like,
point.
Work day.
That's
but I've
my
got no
point.
work done because I've literally just been refreshing my timeline. Just been like,
The thing is, I have two screens, so I keep Twitter
Oh,
on
really?
one and then do my work on the other one. And then,
do you know,
you know, like.
that's deep. If you've got two work screens, like it's actually on your screens.
Yeah.
I've got two screens, but
Well,
This is
I use social media as part of my job as well, so it's
So it's kind of a reason.
Yeah. So I have to keep an eye on what's.
I feel like I've had an insight. And the thing is, I've heard of all of these things, but I never got the depth. And so I now need to follow those people to get a
That's
better
your
perspective.
application form. Into
You know what's funny is that I was there before, and so the fact that I actually am out of touch now has shown us how far left I have gone. That wouldn't be the case before. Nah, it's just I think it's kids and just trying to kind of sliver out into different things.
cool. See, I try to read, but I try not to join in now. I just like to read.
I don't join in, but what I do is I read, laugh, and then share it via private message with my nearest and dearest.
So the dark social. You're just on dark social
Yeah.
sharing it. Right.
My like list is very different to my retweet list.
Yeah. But then what I've realised now is that like obviously comes up in your feed
It
as
does
well.
now,
So I
yeah.
just add it to my bookmarks.
Mm.
So I